Thanks for stopping by Shannon Talks Yarn. I'm Shannon, and today we're talking about Dollar Tree yarn. So today I've got a super quick Dollar Tree yarn haul and a couple thoughts about maybe why I'm changing my opinion on Dollar Tree yarn, but not all of it. So in my area, I have to drive about a half hour to an hour to get to any Dollar Tree. And once I get to that town, there's just one Dollar Tree. So, and then it'd be like another hour to another town that had one. So I'm pretty rural. I see, hauls of people who live in big cities where they have multiple choice. They can go to different Dollar Trees and they're finding a lot of great stuff. The ones in my area are kind of meh. So what I find there is kind of give or take. And in the past, I haven't been super thrilled with the yarn and have made comments in a previous video about the fact that you're not getting a lot of yardage for the price, and that generally speaking, if you shop sales and look at clearance, that at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or wherever, you can get some good yarns in a larger quantity, but when you're looking at how much you're paying per yard are actually less than what these little balls at the Dollar Tree are. So again, I have kind of changed my thoughts a little bit on it, and I will tell you about that right after we talk about this yarn. So I have 3 Just Active worsteds, and this is Premier yarn, so it is a name brand yarn. I've got color teal, lilac, and carnation. So these 2 were out around Easter time. I don't know if they're permanent or not, but that's definitely when they had them out at the particular Dollar Tree I was in. They did not have a yarn section per se in that Dollar Tree. This was just in a box. This one I have seen at the store I would call my Dollar Tree. I have seen this one there, and in that particular store there is an actual yarn section. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So it's nothing spectacular, but at least it's fairly organized and there's bins for different stuff. I did recently make a little baby, like newborn hat, little newborn cap, and also some little booties out of the Just Tweed. I don't have one of the Just Tweeds sitting here because I did use it all, and I want to say the color was grayish. Tweed grayish, I believe is what it was. So I will put a picture in right here of how the little set turned out. Now, in full disclosure, I came so close to being able to finish that hat out of just one skein of the Dollar Tree's yarn, but it was not enough to make the second little ear on that hat. So I had to pull that out, and that is when, and keep in mind, I was being very cautious about not leaving big tails or anything. I mean, I was being very cautious. But I ended up, you see the little dark brown trim on everything. I just used some scrap big twist value in dark brown that I had to do that edging, and then I tied it in on the boots just to kind of make it coordinate and everything. And I think it turned out really cute, but there just was not enough. Had I have used maybe a smaller hook, I think I used the suggested size of a 5.5. So maybe if I would have went down to like a 4.5 or something like that, maybe I could have gotten the whole set out of there. But I do give the tutorial credit because I have seen some that use a lot of yardage, and the particular tutorial I used for both the booties and the cap were from the same creator, and I will link her information here for you. So my thought on this is that this is a great thing to have on hand. So if you have a quick project pop up, this was for someone I know who was kind of going through a rough time, and her son was having a baby, and so I wanted to, you know, just give her something to kind of cheer her up to give the baby. So this is handy to have on hand, and you know exactly what you spent on it. And you know, if you had one or two of these designated for any given small project like that, you know, if you had two, it would be $2.50 that you have in supplies. And you know, you're not going to have a ton left over. So if you're not a person who wants like half of a limp skein of, you know, big twist value on your shelf, then this might be a good idea. This is also, you know, fairly soft. It wasn't snaggy, it wasn't splitty or anything. So I have kind of come around to these. You know, I don't know about some of these brighter colors, what I would necessarily use them for. Maybe a little girl's headband or hat, we will see on that. But I am gonna keep a couple of these on stock just for some quick projects. So the next yarn I'm gonna talk about here is their Just Chenille. And again, this is by Premier. And again, I have mentioned before, you know, not necessarily your best economical bet if you're judging by the yard. If you go to Hobby Lobby and get like their house brand, the is it Yarn Bee? They have a chenille that's also a 4-weight, and it is pretty affordable. I want to say it's around $3 or $4, and I think there's 200 and some yards in that, where, you know, this is 65 yards. But again, there is the factor of this is great for some of those really, really small projects. I am going to put in a picture here where I made a quick headband and scrunchie all out of one skein of this. And then I'll put in a picture here where it is, I made 2 little girls' headbands out of one skein of this and had a good handful left over. So it was like a little girl and a toddler, just 2 basic simple twist headbands. But again, I knew exactly how much money went into the project, and you know, it was affordable, it was easy. So again, I've kind of come around as far as the velvet yarn at Dollar Tree. I do have a couple other colors. I don't know if they have other colors, but I just haven't seen them. I did not get all of these in one trip. This was several trips to several Dollar Trees to get these particular ones. So black, because I love black, and will probably make something out of myself for that. And then these colors, so a mint green, yeah, it is called mint, yellow, and pink. Very creative names. But these are kind of fun. And again, I'm dealing with the fact that I could easily do like a quick little baby cap, you know, a little turban or a little beanie, or a little headband, you know, headbands for girls, stuff like that. And it's just fun and easy. And again, I know exactly what went into the project, and I'm not gonna have a ton left over. I do have one other yarn related object from the Dollar Tree, which I have been loving lately. So in the kind of laundry organization area, they have this package right here of 3 mesh laundry bags. I think that's what they call them, mesh laundry bag, yes. So there are 3 of them with a zipper for $1.25 in here. And I have seen various videos talking about different ways to store your yarn, and you need to do what's best for you and how you like it. I am organizationally challenged. If I don't see it, I forget it exists. So I need to kind of be able to see. I couldn't do a tote or something like that. So these are working awesome for me. So if you watch my Hobby Lobby haul, you might recognize some of these yarns in here. But you notice for being odd shapes and everything, I mean, I've even got a cake in here. This has everything nice and neat, and I can stack them. you know, and I can kind of see what's in there. I know, like, okay, this is yarn I've got specifically for hats for my husband, you know, and I put them all together in here. So 3 of these bags for $1.25 I think is a great deal. So I bought quite a few, but I really like these. You know, if this isn't your organizational style, that is fine. But I do find this super helpful at corralling things, especially oddball things that don't necessarily fit or wouldn't stack well together. So yeah, super excited about it. So I just want to say that my final thought, I have not changed my mind on all Dollar Tree yarns. I will not be purchasing their Just Cotton, which even though it's made by Premier and it is a good company, I am not into for a couple different reasons. Number one, Dollar Tree has gone up to $1.25. The Just Cotton, I want to say off of memory, I don't have any currently, I think is only about 80 yards in the tiny skein. And when I did purchase it once before, and maybe it was just the colors I had, but they were pretty splitty when I was trying to crochet with them. And as someone who was newer at the time, it definitely slowed me down and made it a little more difficult to work with. So I just think that you're getting a much better product and more for your money by getting a different type of cotton, because again, they're not soft. It's nothing you would wear in a garment. It is definitely more like dish rag, you know, type of cotton. But I know right now, as I'm filming this, it is May 3rd today. I just saw an ad earlier today or yesterday saying that the Big Twist cotton at Joann is on sale for $1.50. And you know, there's over 100 yards in that. I have used it. It was very pretty. I will show you the coasters I made out of it right here. I also made some kitty coasters, very similar, but a different color, out of the Crafter's Secret cotton at Hobby Lobby. And again, it's about the same yardage where you're getting well over 100 yards. And I want to say the Hobby Lobby's is normally priced around like $230, $250. But then if you purchase it when it's a 30% off week, you know, you get that discount as well. So I will show you a picture of those right here. I hope you enjoyed this Dollar Tree haul and my kind of thoughts on Dollar Tree yarn and the pros and cons of all of that. So if this is your thing, I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe, give this video a like if you want more of this type of thing, and hopefully you'll come by and we can talk yarn again.